That was a quick release. That's no fair. Okay, everybody, I've launched the little boat back here in the back off of my little dock, and I'm going to be fishing this evening and until about 6 p.m. and I'm going after some of them elusive bass. Now, I brought me a variety of lures like I did yesterday, which y'all didn't get to see, but the first thing in my arsenal tonight is the deadly rattle trap. And I actually have 2 colors of the deadly rattle trap. And I'm going to probably be throwing that a little more as the evening wears on. Now, we had another really windy day today. It's dying down, it seems like right now a little bit. But it's tough fishing anywhere, I think, in the wind, but nothing does it better than this little round boat. All right, that's number 1, little rattle trap, and I got 2 colors. Number two menu here, but I decided to throw in a little small lip. It's a little small lip crankbait. And I don't know why I decided to do that. I just did. But I'm going to probably get this guy a little air time. You know, you got to take care of your baits because they're going to take care of you. But that's a really pretty presentation that thing throws out. I like it. It looks like something that they would want to eat, but that's totally up to them. So we don't make the rules, we just do what they say to do to catch them. But when we catch them, we always let them go back unharmed every time. So that's number 2. All right, number 3 is what we caught a couple of bass on yesterday, and that is this little worm right here. And you just pull that worm in there and make it weedless. And then it's another thing I did different today is I made it a Carolina rig. So I can throw it in there and the worm's gonna always stay off the bottom. And I like that. So we just fish that thing like real slow on the bottom, just waiting for one of them hungry lunkers to grab it and go. But right now, this first cast, nobody likes it, but you can see there, it's a little short Carolina rig. But you know, I've caught a lot of bass out here in the middle of the canal lately, and I'm thinking that I might just slow troll my trolling motor down through the middle a couple of times, just see if there's something down there, because it's hard to cast into the middle because there's nothing to aim at. But anyway, that's number 3. So it made the boat. I always like to have me a little worm on there. Now, what I got in mind for number 4, we'll get in there. What I got in mind number 4 is a big old ugly worm. Now, I found this thing in Hurricane Joe's secret tackle box. He keeps a secret tackle box. Also, I put it in on a Carolina rig, and I think that's a 1/2 ounce weight on there, but it might be bigger than that. But you can really throw it a long ways, and it's going to stay on the bottom. And I've got about probably 2 feet of now I'm thinking the wind is blowing from south to north, so I'm thinking if I get right out here and sort of in the middle, now I might can just drift down through the middle and give these bass in a little bit deeper water something to hit. But this is definitely a big bass lure right there, and I think it's one of Hurricane Joe's secret weapons. But you can see that thing really swims good. It's got a nice motion to it, and it's big. So let's try that. I'm going to put this one out, give it a little bit more slack than that, and put that right here in one of the rod holders. And I'm going to put this one out in the other side in one of the little rod holders, like that. Then I'm going to let this boat just trickle down through here. I might have to give it a little guidance every now and then, but my little motor is, and my little motor and little boat, it just worked great for bass fishing like this. You feel like you're in the middle of where they are, which you are. And you can do anything I'm doing on this boat, I could do on my Cape Craft, but for some reason this seems like more fun. Okay, you can see fish my way down here to the bridge, and I just trolled those two worms down the channel there, and or the canal, I mean. And I was throwing this as I went along, and this is a great little bait. It floats when you first hits the water, and then it dives down, but not too deep. It actually went through some lily pad and made it through there just fine. Only problem it had, it didn't catch a fish. So I'm gonna roll that one back up on the thing. I'm going to stop right here and see what the bait's looking like, see how it survived the journey down through there. But trolling a big worm down the middle of the canal, I thought sounded like a good idea when I came up with it. But now that I've been about probably a quarter mile with no action, maybe I won't have to change my action. It's really it's a punch weight. I probably could get by with a lot smaller weight. Scare the fish to death with this thing, as big as that worm is. And there you go, that's the way it works. Probably scare every bass within 40, 50 feet of that thing. But I don't know, I've heard big worms catch big fish. I don't know who told me that, probably my daddy. But we are using a big worm, that's for sure. I don't know if you could get much bigger worm than that. Well, I'm back. I've let two fish get away, and I am going back toward the boat dock. It's going to be dark soon. So I hadn't had a very good showing for you folks today. But someone passed by in a boat right there on my dock, and they told me that somebody caught a 10-pound bass up in here on this part of the canal. I asked him, I said, was it a weighed measurement or was it a guess measurement? He said it was a guess. And I said, well, heck, it might have weighed 20 pounds. So anyway, I guess you could take that with a grain of salt, but gives you something to encourage you a little bit that you might get lucky. But I found out there's a lot of difference between what you think something weighs and what it really weighs. That's why now my little round boat comes with a fish scale on it. It's great. I had one hit me a while ago, and I was talking to some people living in one of those houses, and a darn didn't react quick enough, set the hook. So I don't know. The orange thing sitting on the deck, his tail's almost reaching down to the water. Bait cap. Until then, this is Redfish Roger signing off. Bye-bye.